Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star episode number 365 based on novel. So let's start. Thousand Treasure River condensed to form a blurred image of Primal Chaos City leader who was smiling as he spoke. Your opponent killed you so easily, and of course, they knew that you allowed yourself to be killed on purpose. But they wanted face. You are a new and upcoming individual, so bowing down to the three top powers was not a big deal. But this time, over 6,000 universe knights were killed in one go. It is news big enough to shock the entire universe. Your fame has skyrocketed. No single great being would dare belittle you anymore, including the universe supreme beings. Luo Feng nodded. Even if the enemies were the three great alliances, even if they wanted to kill Luo Feng, they had to admit, not one of them dared to underestimate him. Teacher, allowing my Mosha body out would be equivalent to asking me to watch it get killed by our opponents without doing anything to help. Luo Feng shook his head. Courting death in such a manner is not my cup of tea. Even if they were to kill me in the future, they would have to do so with true capability. Since you have made up your mind, I will not stop you, said Primal Chaos City leader. It's just that the bad blood between you and the three great alliances will continue to intensify. Luo Feng smiled and said, there is nothing to fear, even if there is much hatred. His smile carried absolute confidence. He had established a name for himself within the universe, but he had relied solely on himself to achieve all these. Of course he was not afraid of any great being. Good. Primal Chaos City leader's blurred image nodded and replied, what should be done? You just go ahead and do it. Yes. Luo Feng gave a slanted smile and right away, he started to summon his Mosha body out while his original Earthling body went back into the world ring. Luo Feng's Mosha body flashed continuously. Being within the Thousand Treasure River domain did not cause any interference to his speed at all. Luo Feng was able to maintain a speed of a few million miles per second, and it only took him a minute or two to make it to the next nearest whirlpool tunnel. There were a total of 10,081 whirlpool tunnels on every original star, and the distance between two such whirlpool tunnels was approximately 600 million miles. Time to go. Luo Feng went through this whirlpool tunnel immediately and arrived at another original star number 0829. Ha ha ha. Mosha Luo Feng displayed his talent technique, domain, once again, and within a mere 5 minutes, he went through another whirlpool tunnel and arrived at another original star. Domain was an uncommon talent technique that only gifted ones could possess. Some could not be mastered even with due diligence. Just like the talent technique of dividing bodies, a skill that made many universe masters go green with envy. Domain allowed Mosha body to fuse with space in an instant and break away thereafter. Why was the fusion possible? It was because the Mosha body possessed a life crystal with 10,081 different planes. Before its transformation, it might have reached a consensus with the space laws and thus possessed heightened senses, but it was still unable to fuse with space. Upon absorbing the essence of the heart of space, however, this life crystal had started to undergo changes. That was when it had gained the ability to completely fuse with space. Universe Masters and Universe Supreme Beings were unable to completely fuse with space and were thus unable to become a part of space. About 10 minutes after Luo Feng left original star number 02933, a towering and winding, gigantic silver snake emerged from the whirlpool tunnel and remained suspended in mid-air. Limitless power spread throughout the entire original star within a split second. Unbelievable willpower shrouded the whole original star. In the brief moment, he had taken control over all of time and space on this part of the original star. The control over time and space by Universe Masters was always a far cry when compared to that of Universe Supreme Beings, who were even able to bring about a temporary withdrawal of universe laws. Of course, original stars were situated nearest the land of origins of the universe. The universe origins could not be defied or provoked. In the land of origins, not even universe supreme beings could teleport about, and one's flying speed was unable to surpass the speed of light. After all, if one were to engage in a fight with the universe origins, even the mightiest universe supreme beings would be on the losing end. Dream Demon Ancestor. All the universe masters, including Primal Chaos City Leader and Long Yang Master, showed their respects. Primal Chaos City Leader, where is your disciple, Luo Feng? Dream Demon Ancestor's voice was transmitted through space and immediately resonated in Primal Chaos City Leader's ears. My disciple, Luo Feng, left this original star earlier. Primal Chaos City Leader smiled. Since Dream Demon Ancestor is here, Long Yang Master and I shall take our leave. Let's go. Primal Chaos City leader and Longyang Master sped toward the Whirlpool Tunnel that was not far behind them and made their exit from this original star through the tunnel. A grunt resonated throughout the entire original star. Dream Demon Ancestor sneered after them, enraged. All of you 9 Universe Masters must start heading out to the other original stars, he ordered. Search every original star you get to and find Luo Feng. Understood. Universe Masters were highly efficient when it came to conducting searches. The moment they arrived at the various original stars, they would gain control of time and space right away. At that point, scouring the entire planet was a piece of cake. Luo Feng's Mosha body and other disguises would all be rendered useless. Besides, all 3 alliances had each sent close to 10 Universe Masters to conduct large-scale searches. After all, during the opening of the original stars, there were already a sizable number of Universe Masters entering the stars in search of treasures. The only trouble was that flying from one Whirlpool Tunnel to another was quite time-consuming. One after the other, Universe Masters were arriving. They all started to us control of time and space, which shocked the numerous Universe Knights who were clueless about the major event that had brought about this large-scale search. However, very quickly, they all caught wind of the news of the unbelievable event that had happened on original star number 02933. Such a major event would never be able to be kept under wraps. Furthermore, the Hong Alliance had been adding fuel to the fire, hence causing the news to spread even faster. Luo Feng has defeated Master of Banff. With one stance of his talent technique, he killed over 6,000 Universe Knights, and those were all at least at the level of senior Universe Knights. There were even a few Universe Overlords. This is not a joke, right? It's true. The news is already spreading. Over 6,000 Universe Knights, all killed with one move. Has Luo Feng become a Universe Master? God. Blade River Emperor? Wrong. He should now be Blade River Master. Back when I was in the Ancestral God School, in the virtual space above the open public square, I witnessed his fight against Bark Mirror Emperor. It happened not too long ago, probably only around 20,000 years. Since then he has become a Universe Master? What a miracle! What unbelievable defiance! This Luo Feng, he is so powerful. Over 6,000 Universe Knights. If I could kill over 6,000 Universe Knights in one move, my name would be remembered throughout the universe, and countless races would come to know me and continue to spread my name. If this is the case, even if I were to be annihilated right away, I would do so with a most willing heart. You must be out of your mind. The explosive news hit the billions of races like a tornado and drove countless great beings into a frenzied state. This was practically a fairy tale. The unbelievable rate at which Luo Feng had risen was what made countless Universe Knights look up to him. He now stood on the highest pinnacle, shoulder to shoulder with all the other Universe Masters. Of one accord, they all started to address Luo Feng as Blade River Master. Luo Feng was indeed stepping on the 3 major races and had defeated over 6,000 Universe Knights to become a legend who shocked the universe. It was equivalent to announcing to the trillions of races, I, Luo Feng, have officially joined the ranks of pinnacle great beings of the vast universe. Among the hills in original star number 03129, being wearing a blood-red battle robe and a mask, with a pair of golden horns on his head and a tail extending out from behind his robe, made himself comfortable by leaning against a mound behind him. Luo Feng smiled. So comfortable. With his Mosha body, he continuously went through one Whirlpool tunnel to the next at high speed. After 3 consecutive transfers through 3 different Whirlpool tunnels, he decided to remain on original star number 03129, where he quickly put his Mosha body back in his world ring and let his golden horned beast body take the form of Bloodcloud Palace Master before coming out. Now, Mosha body and his original Earthling body are in the world ring, while on the outside, there was Bloodcloud Palace Master. The renowned Bloodcloud Palace Master. Ha ha ha. Luo Feng leaned against the mound and laughed out loud. How carefree. It was such a chore being on the run previously, where he also had many things to take account for. For example, taking care not to compromise any of the Hong Alliance's benefits. Now that he had a change in identity, transforming into Bloodcloud Palace Master, he did not need to worry about anything more since Bloodcloud Palace Master already was everyone's enemy. This sort of freedom to wander about anywhere in a carefree manner was satisfying. Luo Feng stretched out his hands, and a long shuttle with red lines appeared. One end of the shuttle was thick while the other was sharp, and it seemed very ordinary. In fact, this was Star Tower in another form after being disguised by Bloodcloud Pearl. Bloodcloud Pearl was extremely powerful in its ability to use disguises, but, of course, the disguises would not be too far off the mark to be considered ridiculous. For instance, it would be impossible to disguise Star Tower as a domain-type true treasure. That would not work out. Star Tower was originally in the shape of a tower with a thick lower end and a sharp top. It was just slightly disguised into the form of an ancient, long shuttle. Henceforth, this long shuttle was Bloodcloud Palace Master's new weapon. Luo Feng had lain in the same spot leisurely for more than an hour when a towering figure suddenly stepped through the whirlpool tunnel. He had a strong and burly build and was quite manlike except for the fact that on his head were 9 fiery red tentacles and each tentacle was entwined with a flame. His eyes resembled flaming red rubies. He was the famous Sinking Fire Master. Immeasurable power was unleashed within a split second and fell upon the entire original star. Across the original star, universe knights from the various powers of the universe initially felt shocked, but the next moment, they were all discussing amongst themselves. The Universe Master. A Universe Master has arrived. Could it be looking for Blade River Master, Luo Feng, too? Obviously, they had all heard the news that at that moment, Universe Masters of the Demon Alliance, the Bug Clan Alliance, and the Automaton Race Alliance were conducting a large-scale search for Luo Feng. As the search went on, Universe Masters of the other top powers who were on the 10,081 original stars joined in the fun of watching what was going to happen. They were all curious to know whether, in the end, the 3 great alliances' efforts would come to naught, or if they would finally succeed in killing Luo Feng. Sinking Fire Master stood in midair and took control over time and space in this original star to search for Luo Feng, yet he discovered another presence. What a familiar aura! What familiar power! What familiar armor! What a familiar mask! A hint of shock flashed in Sinking Fire Master's eyes as he exclaimed, Bloodcloud Palace Master. If Luo Feng's offense was that he was too ruthless in his approach toward the 3 major alliances, then Bloodcloud Palace Master could be said to have created an even bigger storm. He was practically the nightmare of trillions of races within the universe's public enemy. Various universe knights and universe overlords had died at his hands. Even universe masters had been killed by him. I have found Bloodcloud Palace Master. Bloodcloud Palace Master is now on original star number 03129. Sinking Fire Master immediately transmitted the news to his other higher-ups of Demon Alliance, including Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor. Dream Demon Ancestor was still waiting for news on that original star. We didn't find the human Luo Feng on original star number 08293. We didn't find the human Luo Feng on original star number 08448. The Universe Masters from the 3 alliances were adventuring the original stars, and they kept reporting back to Dream Demon Ancestor. Dream T, have you found Luo Feng? Inside the virtual space of Dream Ancestor Secret Region, a giant, strange, sawtooth-shelled beast emerged from the darkness and arrived at the palaces that belonged to Dream Demon Ancestor. He talked to the gigantic silver snake. No, we haven't. You still haven't? Shock Demon Ancestor growled. Luo Feng might have already made it back to the human territory given how fast Mosha Body is. I think so. The giant snake's head turned around and looked at that strange beast. After all, it's a death mission for ordinary universe knights. As for universe masters, there are only so many universe masters of the 3 alliances, and they are scattered everywhere. It'll take them a long time to get there, during which time, Luo Feng can run far. He must have arrived back in human territory by now. Dream T, what can we do if that human Luo Feng keeps hiding in the primal universe? Asked Shock Demon Ancestor. Then we won't be able to do anything, answered Dream Demon Ancestor. The primal universe is controlled by Primal Chaos City Leader. Even if we go to the primal universe, we won't be able to rival Primal Chaos City Leader. He can control the entire primal universe. They both went silent. It was common knowledge that Primal Chaos City Leader was invincible in the primal universe. That Luo Feng is being stupid, said Dream Demon Ancestor. For pinnacle races have been fighting for an eternity, and no race has been able to annihilate the others. As long as there are Universe Supreme Masters, the fights won't go too far. If Luo Feng is already able to perform such a terrific technique, it means he's already a Universe Supreme Master. Perhaps he's not one yet, said Shock Demon Ancestor. It doesn't matter now, Shock Horn. He has the power of a Universe Master. Not only does he have the ultimate techniques of a Universe Master, but he's even created a supreme technique of a Universe Master. At most, one of them is an inherited technique, which means others were created by him, and he has several bodies. The giant, silver snake's head was swinging his body and sighing. Even if we go, we can only kill one of his bodies. We can't do more than that. If we can't kill him for good, it won't matter. If he's smart enough to send one body to come here, it'll be over. Dream Demon Ancestor was a little infuriated. However, we've all lost face. 3 alliances will never let him off. All the 3 alliances wanted Luo Feng dead. After all, Luo Feng made them suffer great losses. Unfortunately, they had set Luo Feng up in the first place. Plus, Luo Feng had the Hong Alliance and the Ancestral God School to protect him. The Hong Alliance was one of the top 9 superpowers in the universe. And the Ancestral God School was also secretly protecting Luo Feng. Given Luo Feng's own power, the 3 alliances could only kill him if they were willing to risk everything. If he was willing to send one of his bodies to be killed, they wouldn't go crazy. However, at this point, there was no chance for Luo Feng and the 3 alliances to ease the situation. Suddenly, their conversation was interrupted by a piece of breaking news. Dream Demon Ancestor, Shock Demon Ancestor, I've found Bloodcloud Palace Leader. Bloodcloud Palace Leader is on original star number 03129. Bloodcloud Palace Leader? Both Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor were stunned. That guy showed up. Shock Demon Ancestor said. He dares to show up? Humph. That maniac. Dream Demon Ancestor was also infuriated. He's been missing for millions of eras, and he shows up on an original star now? Even Universe Supreme Masters will find it difficult to kill him on an original star. What should we do now? Asked Shock Demon Ancestor. Spread the news and let everyone in the universe know, said Dream Demon Ancestor. Bloodcloud Palace Leader is proficient in fleeing, and our Demon Race Alliance won't be able to catch him by ourselves. It's going to cost a lot to kill him. Besides, he's a common enemy to everyone in the universe. We can just let everyone contribute. Shock Demon Ancestor nodded. Okay. Hee. It's been a long while. He dares to show his face? The eyes of Dream Demon Ancestor glinted fiercely. Bloodcloud Palace Leader appeared on original star number 03129. The news was spread from the Demon Race Alliance to all the 9 superpowers in the universe. Aside from the 9 superpowers, powers like the Thorn Ring Alliance and the 9 Territory Alliance all knew about it as well. Inside the Ancestral God Palace of the Ancestral God School, there came a furious voice, Bloodcloud Palace Leader? Bloodcloud showed up? He dared to show up? Sky Beacon Godly Master. You'll lead the 3 Universe Masters under you. Go to the original star and kill that Bloodcloud. Yes, Ancestral God. One of the guarding Godly Masters, Sky Beacon Godly Master, immediately led the other 3 Universe Masters and left the Ancestral God Palace. It's Bloodcloud. The Northern Territory Alliance had the greatest number of great beings, universe knights, and races. They had suffered the most losses back when Bloodcloud Palace Leader had roamed the universe committing mass slaughters. A great many great beings, including top-tier universe overlords, had been killed. Even a universe master had died. Bloodcloud Palace would kill anyone he didn't like, without any feud. Some great beings had once tried to butter him up and attempted to admit him into the Northern Territory Alliance, but they had been crushed and killed by Bloodcloud Palace Leader. All in all, Bloodcloud Palace Leader was a maniac and extremely evil. He had made himself an enemy to almost all the powers in the universe. After more than 3 million eras, the resentment flooded the great beings' minds when they knew that Bloodcloud Palace Leader showed up again. And the seniors from the Northern Territory Alliance weren't able to withstand that either. Bloodcloud Palace Leader disdained the Northern Territory Alliance to its very core. Immediately, 12 Universe Masters were ready to kill Bloodcloud Palace Leader. Maniac? That maniac dares to show up again? He thinks he's safer on the original star because Universe Supreme Masters can only fly? Leave him to me. I'll kill him. Me too. He killed me before. Unfortunately for me, our Alliance leader resurrected me. Now that I'm a Universe Master, I'll kill him for insulting and killing me. Space Beast Alliance, Space God Mountain. Bloodcloud? He dares to show up? Space Beast Ancestor roared. The insult he brought upon our Alliance will be paid for with his life. Ancestor, I'll go kill him, said a Universe Master. Me too, said another. That bastard. He ran away when I just arrived back then. Our Golden Horned Beast bloodline will be part of this, too. Immediately, the Space Beast Alliance decided to send 4 Universe Masters to kill Bloodcloud Palace leader. All the Universe Masters sent were exceptional ones. The Hong Alliance, the Virtual Universe, Hong Alliance City, Hong Alliance Palace. Huge Axe Creator sat at the center while the palace leaders sat at the sides. That Bloodcloud Palace leader showed up after 3 million eras. What should we do, Huge Axe? Bloodcloud Palace leader didn't mess with us, the Hong Alliance, said Huge Axe, and only our alliance managed not to suffer much from him. I don't think we should meddle this time. Besides, you know Bloodcloud Palace leader. His Bloodcloud Palace is a true treasure used to flee. There were discussions about within the Hong Alliance, but nobody was willing to be a part of this event. After all, Bloodcloud Palace leader didn't mess with the Hong Alliance, and if the Hong Alliance meddled and Bloodcloud Palace leader took revenge, it would end badly. Let's see how Bloodcloud Palace leader fares, said Huge Axe. On original star number 03129. On a hilltop, Bloodcloud Palace leader leaned against a mound, looking quite tranquil. He wore a fiery cape and mask and had a long shuttle. Madness, exclaimed Luo Feng. Based on the news from the Hong Alliance, all the powers in the universe are going crazy. Teacher sitting mountain guest, how amazing you are. All the powers except the Hong Alliance want to kill you. Luo Feng shook his head in amazement. Even the Ancestral God School and the Space Beast Alliance, with whom he had a great relationship, were coming after him. Almost there. The news is widespread already. Luo Feng nodded. He stood up immediately. He raised his head, looked around and whispered, perhaps all the powers have already taken action. Ha ha ha. Come and kill me. Just don't get killed by me instead. Luo Feng, wearing a fiery cape with a pair of golden horns, flew up into the air. Sinking Fire Master was performing control over space and time. He kept his eyes on Bloodcloud Palace leader, and he heard everything Luo Feng said. Sinking Fire Master grew intimidated. He hadn't expected Bloodcloud Palace leader to be this rampant. Bloodcloud Palace leader is moving. He's moving. He's flying to the whirlpool closest to him. Sinking Fire Master immediately reported the news to Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor. The powers of the universe hadn't formed an encirclement around him yet. Dream Demon Ancestor replied with an order immediately. Sinking Fire Master, I order you to restrain Bloodcloud Palace leader. You want me to stop him? Sinking Fire Master expressed his unwillingness at once. Although he was a member of the Demon Alliance, he was not actually of demon origin. Instead, he was a leader of a strong race. Bloodcloud Palace Master was infamous, and he had previously killed 2 Universe Masters. How strong he was! He definitely belonged to the ranks of Pinnacle Universe Masters. Sinking Fire Master might not be weak, but upon comparing, he still lost to Bloodcloud Palace Master. Just to pin him down. Dream Demon Ancestor ordered, besides, you still have your other bodies. I may have my other body, said Sinking Fire Master, but this old fellow has not shown himself for more than 3 million eras. There is no way I can predict what he is capable of. If this body of mine is annihilated, my true treasure shall fall into his hands, too. Furthermore, I have a token of Shenchaung Valley with me. Sinking Fire Master was unwilling to take the risk. He was the leader of a strong race, the entire race depended on him. Even if this body of yours were to be annihilated, when Bloodcloud Palace Master is killed, all your true treasures will eventually be returned to you, Dream Demon Ancestor said. Even if Bloodcloud Palace Master survives this ordeal, whatever loss you incurred, my alliance shall compensate half the amount. Humph! You are the renowned Sinking Fire Master. Is it possible that you cannot even protect yourself from Bloodcloud Palace Master? All right, said Sinking Fire Master. Since Demon Ancestor has promised, I shall make my advances. Sinking Fire Master ceased to hesitate. He transformed into light and speedily gave chase after Bloodcloud Palace Master. Luo Feng and Sinking Fire Master were not that far apart, probably only a few dozen million miles away, as Luo Feng sped through space. Bloodcloud Palace Master, hold it! A booming voice resonated in his ears. Luo Feng sneered and continued moving forward. The booming voice spoke again. Bloodcloud Palace Master, I, Sinking Fire Master, would like to speak with you. It was obvious that Sinking Fire Master did not really want to fight Luo Feng. After all, the top powers were the ones who bore deep hatred for him. Personally, he did not bear such great enmity toward him, but so long as he could pin him down, he could claim credit for his work done. Even better if Bloodcloud Palace Master was killed. Henceforth, when the time came for treasures to be split and distributed, Thinking Fire Master would naturally be able to claim his share. Thinking Fire Master. You think I am as foolish as you are? Luo Feng brushed him off lightly. You? Thinking Fire Master was so mad that he momentarily went speechless. He could not help letting out a sigh. No wonder Bloodcloud Palace Master had enemies all over the universe. He was truly a mean-spirited character. There was no bad blood between the two of them, but in this short exchange of words, Bloodcloud Palace Master had already crudely called him foolish. Wasn't this an insult to a universe master like himself? If it were some other great being saying the same words, Thinking Fire Master would have roared in rage and prepared for battle, but as it had come from the notorious Bloodcloud Palace Master, his rage dissipated fast. After all, Bloodcloud Palace Master was naturally cruel-natured. If not, how would he have offended the various top powers of the universe? One flew ahead while the other gave chase behind. Thinking Fire Master was lagging far behind in his pursuit. At the same time, he was constantly reporting to Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Monster to update them about the latest situation. Bloodcloud Palace Master is escaping as fast as he can move, said Thinking Fire Master. I am unable to keep up, so keeping him in view may only be temporary. After a short moment, Luo Feng flew right into a whirlpool tunnel. He has entered a whirlpool tunnel that leads to original star number 06231, Thinking Fire Master reported immediately. This news from the Demon Alliance was immediately disseminated out among the super beings, and it took only a short moment for various parties to know that Bloodcloud Palace Master had entered original star number 06231. Star River Master, we are about to arrive at original star number 03129, the coordinates of Bloodcloud Palace Master's whereabouts. 6 Universe Masters of the Northern Territory Alliance were flying together in the original stars. The leader of them was Star River Master, who had the highest status in the Northern Territory Alliance. Although there was a total of 12 Universe Masters from the Alliance involved in this operation, the other 6 were originally in the original star and were thus making their way from the various original stars they were on to join the group. Stop! Star River Master ordered. The other 5 towering figures halted in midair at the same time and looked toward Star River Master, a looming black space. Bloodcloud Palace Master has already left original star number 03129 and has gone through a whirlpool tunnel to arrive at original star number 06231, Star River Master announced. What should we do? This spells trouble. The other 5 Universe Masters all felt that things were looking extremely bleak. Get the coordinates of the whirlpool tunnel leading to original star number 06231, Star River Master barked out his orders. What is the fastest route to take? If we take a turn after passing by 8 original stars, the time we spend on traveling would be the shortest, the Universe Master spoke up to answer at once. Then let's take off, Star River Master ordered. All 6 Universe Masters changed their course of flight right away. The news spread, which indeed caused much dissatisfaction among various powers who were after Bloodcloud Palace Master's life, but they were all at their wits' end, too. Every original star had a total of 10,081 whirlpool tunnels. This was the greatest problem when it came to hunting him down for the kill. Maybe this was what Bloodcloud Palace Master had counted on when he showed up on the original stars. Thinking Fire Master's towering figure also went through the whirlpool tunnel and entered another original star. He had just stepped in and had yet to control time and space to conduct his search. Thinking Fire Master looked around in surprise. He could see that, at a distance of approximately 60 million miles away, an endless dark mist pervaded the air. Amidst the dark mist, an ancient palace loomed indistinctly, and in front of that palace, a lone figure stood upright. Shrouded by the dark mist, the figure seemed vague and only faintly discernible. Bloodcloud Palace. Thinking Fire Master recognized the famous treasure right away. Bloodcloud Palace was a top-tier flying palace-type true treasure. It was an entire level higher than Skywolf Palace. Its sturdiness was unmatched, even Universe Supreme beings would find it hard to cause damage to Bloodcloud Palace. It could release a dark mist over an area as far as hundreds of billions of miles away. The combination of lingering dark mist and towering palaces. That had to be Bloodcloud Palace. By making use of Bloodcloud Palace, one could continuously avert death. Bloodcloud Palace Master did not escape? Thinking Fire Master was secretly taken aback. Ha ha ha. Thinking Fire Master. Why, you scared? The dark mist suddenly spread out to envelop Sinking Fire Master as a voice resounded, saying, "Aren't you after me? It's been a long, long time since I fought a battle. Now, I am giving you the chance to fight me." Sinking Fire Master roared in rage. This Bloodcloud Master disregarded him without a trace of respect. Bloodcloud Palace Master's voice was transmitted over to him. "Ha ha. As expected. You have no guts at all. I will leave you here, then." Sinking Fire Master saw how Bloodcloud Palace Master continued flying away, and let out an angry roar at once. "Bloodcloud, don't make haste in escaping if you truly have the guts." Transforming into light, he gave chase right away. "Ha ha ha." Bloodcloud Master waved his hand and stowed Bloodcloud Palace in a long shuttle he held onto. Then he charged over with a flash. "I shall let you taste my might," said Sinking Fire Master. Sinking Fire Master held onto two large hammers. The 9 tentacles on his head blazed with more flames as he roared. Luo Feng charged over at high speed with his long shuttle in hands. At the same time, he sighed inwardly over the fact that out of the 100 million of races in the universe, an extremely large number of great beings, especially those of super beings, wielded hammers as their weapons. A distance up to 60 million miles apart, yet the two dashed in each other's direction and were face to face in a split moment. "Bloodcloud, time to die!" Sinking Fire Master roared. A wave of his hammer was, naturally, followed by a ferocious roar, a roar that seemed to have come from the primordial age of the universe. Sinking Fire Master had come to exist upon the completion of Beast God path between fire and space. One strike with his hammer, and the stability of the space in the surroundings would be shattered like glass being cracked, shattered, and crushed beneath a tank. "Just you alone?" Luo Feng was as tall as 600 miles at that moment, but it was likewise for Sinking Fire Master. Luo Feng was holding onto Star Tower, which, after being disguised by the Bloodcloud Pearl, took the form of a shuttle more than 1,800 miles long. "Meet your doom," said Luo Feng. Luo Feng stared at his opponent from afar. The godly power of his entire body was already burning up and gushing in a continuous stream into the long shuttle he held. Until that very day, Luo Feng could only fully comprehend the first level of the sculpture of complicated secret engravings on the Star Tower. He might have been close to full comprehension of the second level, but he was still a little shy of completion, so he could not fully activate the power on the second level. This, in turn, would require him to consume more godly power, as the power on the first level was simply not as strong as that of the second level. He activated the Star Tower Long Shuttle. With the Long Shuttle, Luo Feng used his ultimate technique of a Universe Master, Bloodlight. It was newly created. Thus, this was the first time it was being used in battle. "Shatter!" Sinking Fire Master roared. The might of his godly hammer was immeasurable. At that moment, it was as though the skies were falling apart as the earth shattered. But suddenly, a dazzling, blood-red light shuttle flashed by. The speed was frighteningly fast. There was no way the two godly hammers of Sinking Fire Master could block the blows. The blood-red light shuttle pierced right through Sinking Fire Master's chest. Sinking Fire Master gritted his teeth and rammed his godly hammer onto Bloodcloud Palace Master's body. The two rebounded in opposite directions. How could he be so fast? Thought Sinking Fire Master in amazement. So fast that I didn't have time to block his attacks. Sinking Fire Master had expected that there would be some changes in Bloodcloud Palace Master since he had not been seen for more than 3 million eras. However, he had never expected that the use of a new true treasure, Long Shuttle, would bring about such a fast speed. He may not have been adequately prepared, this was simply too fast. Sinking Fire Master was shocked. Well deserving of his title, this Bloodcloud Master. Given the size of my godly body, he could still cause me to lose 1% of it. His capability certainly falls within the pinnacle list of Universe Masters. Luckily, it's only this one time. I will not allow him to attack my godly body directly again. The two continued to exchange blows, purely using their weapons to fight. The remaining power after blocking off the attacks of the weapons was certainly much weaker, but at least the injuries were purely physical injuries. There were no other weapons to help them dodge blows from one another. It was Luo Feng's long shuttle piercing into Sinking Fire Master's body and Sinking Fire Master's heavy hammer crashing down on Luo Feng's body. Force armor is simply incredible, thought Luo Feng. It can reduce the impact of attacks to 1/10,000, so that one blow of the hammer would practically seem harmless to my godly body. I can recover in no time. Luo Feng looked at the long shuttle he held. This is undoubtedly a supreme true treasure. I only activated the first level to drive the supreme true treasure, so the supreme true treasure was only unleashing part of its might. Nonetheless, it was already more powerful than the greatest blow I dealt during my battle with Master of Banff earlier on. Luo Feng had prepared well for this fight. Force armor was, after all, stronger in defense compared to Beast God armor, so Luo Feng temporarily swapped his original Earthling body with Bloodcloud Palace Master so the latter would be able to wear force armor. And in his hand, he wielded Star Tower Long Shuttle. Bloodcloud Palace Master, you have my respect, Sinking Fire Master bellowed. But you are simply out of changes. Ha ha ha, laughed Luo Feng. Anyone can blow his own trumpet. Luo Feng and Sinking Fire Master continued to exchange blows. Sinking Fire Master put in his utmost effort to ward off the blows from Luo Feng. The first godly hammer failed to do so, but the second one did, albeit to a most insignificant degree. Sinking Fire Master was completely thrown off by the force of Luo Feng's attacks. Star Tower is simply too powerful, thought Luo Feng. To think I have merely used part of its might. Previously, when I was fighting Master of Banff, I had the additional support that my miniature universe rendered, but all I could do was suppress. Now, I'm practically trampling on Sinking Fire Master. Luo Feng could feel the enormity of the power of Star Tower. Every pierce was so fearfully fast, and every impact was able to send Sinking Fire Master flying off into the distance. This was complete suppression and belittlement of his opponent. It gave Luo Feng a sense of unprecedented pleasure and satisfaction. In the form of Bloodcloud Palace Master, Luo Feng was greatly at ease. As he held onto Star Tower and trampled on a Universe Master, Luo Feng was gleeful. Regarding the second level of secret engravings, Luo Feng was only a finger's breadth away from full comprehension. Besides, he had already comprehended the fifth form of Beast God path earlier when he was on the original star, so he was quite accomplished in his studies of the pictures of secret engravings. Now, in his current state of mind, at the 35th exchange of blows between him and Sinking Fire Master, he had unknowingly activated the second level of the sculpture of secret engravings to its entirety in a split second. This video will end here.